Hey guys, it's Quickie Baby and welcome to my 8.7 replay competition. Yes, I must apologize, these have been so delayed, but better late than never. And boy, your entries are simply incredible. So you're going to forget all about the fact that this was 2 or 3 patches ago. And just enjoy the absolutely awesome replays that you guys submitted me. Now remember that the winner is going to be getting 5,500 gold. So if you submitted replays to me all those months ago, then stay tuned. You might be in for a treat. So we're watching Merkai's here in his Ferdinand. He's electing to defend the west on Lakeville. Now because this is an encounter, that means that mostly the fighting centralizes along the east in the town, obviously where the cap circle is. So the fact that he's trying to defend the west is a bit controversial, but I guess because of where the enemies spawn, a lot of the donkeys, so to say, will be advancing along the west. And sometimes a shooting gallery will appear here, and then maybe he's still got time to advance along to the east/central and shoot down into the town. So maybe that's what he's banking on. We can see that he's starting to relocate. Maybe that's what he's thinking, that he wants to get the initial shots off here and then relocate. He puts a critical hit into there, into the Pershing. Unfortunately, the Pershing misses him as well. Merkai's is saying, alright, doesn't look like I'm going to get anything else here. I might relocate into the town. One thing that I will highlight is that because this is Lakeville, you'll know that the Western Pass has horrible ground resistance. This means that it's very, very, very hard to traverse quickly along the Western Pass. And that's why I strongly discourage you guys from using the Western Pass on standard or even on the encounter. Unless the tactical situation changes and maybe you have an open pass to go through the west and then you can flank. I'm just going to speed up the gameplay a little bit here because Merc quickly realizes that he's getting absolutely nothing down on that Western Pass. So he moves down into the town. And that's fortunate because as you can see, his team is just starting to melt. And that's frequently what happens on this map. If you don't send your best tanks into the town to fight it out, the enemy will simply overwhelm you there with either better tanks or better players. And then once they've overwhelmed the town, then they'll start to surround you, usually by advancing along the center. But really, they don't really need to surround you. All they need to do is take the town and force you to come at them. So Merc has realized that there is a KV-4 on the enemy team who's going along the center of the map. He makes in a great kill there, taking out the KV-4. And this game's starting to look a little hairy. His team are down 6 tanks, having only taken out 3 of the enemy. So there's a KV-1S coming around the corner. That's easy pickings for the Ferdinand's 128mm. Now Merkai's is going to show you one of the best things I've probably seen in a while. Watch this. Absolutely pristine, perfect shot. Game-winning shot right there. He would be in so much trouble trying to take out a Ferdinand if he hadn't just dominated him in this way. He's already done 1,000 damage to it. And there's a nice high roll to 3-hit the Ferdinand. What an amazing shot that initial shot was to basically put himself in a position to take out a tier 8 heavy tank who had already got 1 kill and must have used his repair pack earlier in the game for absolutely nothing. Now Merc's working this Tiger P. We can see that the Tiger P shot the pillar there. As this is 8.7, the shot cannot go through the pillar. But in 8.10, you know you can destroy those small objects and still hit tanks on the other side. So Merc puts out a fantastic shot there on the VK2801, stopping him dead in his tracks as well. And finishes him off. He angles his armor well there to bounce the Tiger P. And he's just trying to find his position here. He's thinking about helping out the IS with that IS-3. He puts a great shot there on the Tiger P and then angles his armor again to avoid the counter shot, so to say. Realizing that Tiger P is reversing and that he won't reload in time, he advances after him. He came around that corner at a 45-degree angle, which allowed the Tiger P a clean shot on his side armor for Merc to take the first damage that he has taken this game. But, you know, can't be complaining all that much. Merc has already taken out 5 of the enemy. And thankfully, his IS managed to win the fight with the IS-3, though he did take some pretty heavy punishment. Oh, Merc sees the Ferdinand, fires clutch, shaving off a large amount of that Ferdinand's health. Comes around the corner again, quite aggressively, but that's what you need to do when you're outnumbered. You need to kill tanks as quickly as you can before you get overwhelmed and surrounded. Now he's pushing the 25-2 up against the wall, meaning that T-25-2 can't escape, and takes him out. Now, interestingly, Merc killed that T-25-2 just before the IS was killed by the Tiger. What that means is that Merc is not in contention for a Kolobanov's medal. But thanks to that clutch play there against the Ferdinand, he's put himself with a good chance to win this 4v1 that he found himself in. Now the enemy IS missed the shot, thinking that he outnumbers the Ferdinand. He's been quite aggressive here. Merc puts in a good shot there, and then gets close to the IS, who fires a shot, it looked like straight at Merc's gun, unable to penetrate him. Merc puts in a big shot there into the IS and continues to face hug him. Interestingly, the IS there fired a shot through here. I know his gun's here, but that's World of Tanks. The shot came out and hit here, hitting his observation device and also damaging his tank. But it was a last-ditch attempt by the IS, as Merc is successfully able to take him out and then move along after the Tiger. Oh, he fired a clutch shot there, just to hope. But he was unable to hit the target, and now he's going after this Tiger. The Tiger penetrates him, so does Merc, and now this is touch and go stuff. This really is touch and go. The Tiger has to penetrate his shot here. Fortunately, Merc manages to keep his track traverse going to angle his armor enough to take out the Tigers successfully. Okay, so now it's Merc versus an 88. However, Merc is on very, very low health. And if the 88 gets him from any angle, really, he should be able to penetrate him. If he fires premium at his lowest side plate as well, he can also take him out that way. Now, Merc is asking in chat, is he AFK? The enemy IS-3, the one that Merc owned ridiculously hard, says yes. Now, you be the judge of what you would do here. Now, if it was me, I'd be thinking, all right, there's a Pools medal up for grabs. I don't have very much health, but it is a tier 6 tank. And you know what? I would quite like a Pools medal for that 10th kill. However, is it worth risking a win in a Radley Walters game and 9 kills in this absolutely monster carry that he has been doing just to try and go and find out if he's AFK? Merc seems to say yes, because he's left the cap. Now we'll know that he needed 3 minutes and 20 seconds to be able to cap on an encounter. That's because it's half speed. Capping is half speed. On a regular map, you can cap in 1 minute and 40 seconds. You do need that 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the encounter game. So Merc has decided, let's go find out if he's AFK. So I'm going to speed up the game a little bit here. And uh-oh. Looks like the IS-3 was lying. The 88 was not AFK. Oh, now it's really on. So Merc must be thinking, okay, I probably look like a big idiot now. Oh god, oh god, oh god. There's an 88. I don't know where he is. I'm in a Ferdinand, which is not the fastest tank in the game. And there's now 2 minutes left. I don't have enough time to cap. Come on, 88, where are you? And the 88, I'm not sure even what the 88 is thinking or where he is. I don't have a clue. All I can think is the only plausible option, if I was in Merc's place here, is that the 88 must be near his base. He must have gone through the west. He must have gone through the west. And the enemy team is still playing mind games, telling him where he is. They're saying, oh, he's at C8, he's at C8, this and that. And now Merc has only got 38 seconds. And now really this is where, oh, great, he spotted the 88. It's got 500 health left, so he's still got to be a little bit careful. But he has caught the 88 in a really good position here. Taking off his tracks. The 88 instantly repairs his tracks, so he was definitely wanting to have a fight. Ah! And I'm not sure if Merc rammed him to death there, or if he put the second shell in. But the result is the result. He picked up the 10th kill and secured the Pools medal with a completely clutch victory at the end. Now it was quite risky, the fact that he left the cap circle there, but I guess he wanted to chance it to really pick up that Pools medal. Let's take a look at just how much Merc was able to do in the post-game stats. So Merc's is from the EU server, and this was his double. 6,324 experience for his double. He managed to get the Spartan medal as he managed to bounce that tiger shell when he had no hit points to bounce with. He got the Pools medal, the steel wall, and the sniper medal. You can see here Merc's was able to do 8,200 damage, and without premium and without any doubles or any events, this was a 2,108 experience base game. That is simply enormous, absolutely crazy result. Of the 24 that Merc fired, he hit 21 and 20 of those penetrated, and he took 3,400 potential damage. This was simply a textbook game of the Ferdinand, and what a lot of people ask me is, should I get the Ferdinand or the Jagdpanther 2? And well, basically you saw the Ferdinand in its environment. This is the perfect example of why a Ferdinand is better than a Jagdpanther 2 in these kind of city situations. Fair enough, the extra mobility is useful in the Jagdpanther 2, but you can't face hug your enemies as successfully as you can in the Ferdinand. Now this replay was really special because of a couple things that Merc did. He really fired a few clutch shots at the tracks. That kill on the IS-3, fair enough, he rolled 3 fairly good rolls to be able to take him out in 3 hits. But he tracked him and put him down for good, and that was one of the most dangerous tanks on the enemy team. And he took it out without taking any damage. And that really is perfect play. If you're able to do that, that's game carrying right there. And Merc made a bit of a foolish mistake really when he went after the 86. Never believe the enemy team if they're saying that the guy is AFK. But he managed to get a bit lucky getting the jump on the 88 at the end, and it got him the Pools medal, which made this really the icing on the cake for a fantastic game. Even if he hadn't gone hunting for the 88, this game would have still been a fantastic result. But the fact that he was able to go and secure him, and the fact that he wasn't AFK, which made it even more exciting at the end, and this was just one of the best games I've ever seen. Big thank you to you, guys, for submitting this replay. It wasn't quite the most experience that we got, but I had to show this anyway, and hopefully you appreciated some of the commentary. So let's move along. I've got more exciting replays to show you. I'm going to show you one of the highest damage games I've ever seen in an Object 704. So here we go. We're watching DY Lovely 211 playing in his Object 704. And he's going to show us just what the Object 704 is capable of. I'm going to speed up the replay here. He's playing on Arctic region, and he's taking the stereotypical starting location for a high-tier tank destroyer. And here's where the action begins. He's got a tier 8 scout, the AMX 1390 below him. Fires in a great shot there to take out the AMX 1390 at the start of the game. So this position is a great vantage point. If you manage to get yourself forwards into these bushes, when you activate your binoculars, as he's using here, he can get really long-range spots. Just like what he's just picked up against at this 5120. And this is where you really want to be in the 704. Huge shot there. Decimating that tier 9 tank. Now he's going after the tanks that seem to be playing rather aggressively on the north. You've got to love that BL-10. This 750 alpha damage on the Object 704 is simply massive. I mean, obviously it's a lot better on the ISU 152 at tier 8, but It's still huge at tier 9 on the Object 704, and the gun platform is just so much better. So he rolls really high there, and he gets spotted for the first time, as you can see. So he's pulling back, avoiding fire, going after the IS-6 now. Fortunately for him, it's giving him his upper plate. Another tasty roll there, 816 damage. And he is just getting all the shots, all the shots. Now he's got this FCM, he's looking for where to shoot it. He fires into the middle. Don't know if that one hit. I guess we'll see when the FCM comes back. Yep, he definitely hit him. He's shaved off another another 695 health off that FCM. Ooh, not sure if we hit there. I guess we'll find out in just a second. So this game is very static. It's a very static game, but I'm showing it to you just simply because of the sheer craziness of what happens here. This T-32 is still behind the rock. It's quite hard to usually get shots up the north from this position. So his teammate in the 5120 has advanced into position. He managed to get the kill on the T-54. He dug him out. And the Object 704 decides that he wants to go after that 5120 and hit him. The Object 704 gets hit massively there by DY Lovely, setting him on fire as well, and then ammo racking him for good measure at the end. Absolutely crazy. So now he's gunning for a shot on this T-32, which he can't quite get. But there's that IS-6 who he saw earlier, and oh, why thank you, Mr. IS-6. Another 726 damage there, leaving him on 8 health. So now that he's basically gunned down half of the enemy team on the north flank, it's very conveniently for him, the southern flank is also advanced. Puts in a big shot there into the AMX AC 1948. And he's trying to find out where that AMX is. He's not going to blind shot. He's not going to fire that shot blind, so to say. He's looking up north to see if he can take out the Yag Tiger as well. And the IS-6 has now just gone into position. Yep. Not this time, IS-6, not this time. Picking up his 4th kill. Now aiming back again at the south. We can see the DY Lovely uses his speed governors when he turns the Object 704. He puts in a meaty shot there into the 110. And that's a good tip. I'm pretty sure that if you use speed governors when you're turning slow tank destroyers, you can speed them up. Now he was sort of firing that as a hit and hope kind of opportunity there, only managing to track the 110, not actually doing any damage to him. So now a couple of heavy tanks has been spotted on the north of the map again, including full health E75. This game is still definitely on. There are 3 heavy tanks now advancing along the north. He advances just a little bit to see if he can get more shots on the people who are behind the E75. However, you can't fire that deep from up here. It's a bit of a stalemate now. 3 enemies have been spotted up north. There are still 3 enemies, I think, down south as well. And here they come, they're making their push. They decided it's time to go. I don't think they've given respect to the fact that DY Lovely is here. Hey, you remember me? Oh, an absolutely devastating hit there on that 110. And now, this is just a dream game for the 704. Now, a full health Lurve just comes out right in front of him. Great shot there to track him dead. His SU-12244 buddy finishes off the 120. Lurve finishes off the KV-5. And more damage for me, says DY Lovely. Tracking him again. The SU-12244 bites the dust. but due to the camo net and binoculars, DY secures his top gun. And now, conveniently, the enemies are pushing up north again. Oh, okay. Alright, if I must. I think that FCM-50T is just about to come out into the open. There's the 7th kill, and still a full health E75 up north. So just waiting for the enemy to advance here, really. He fires blind there. Let's see if he hit. The E75 was on full health, and yes, he shaved off a good amount of his health. Unfortunately, there was no second shot for him. Still, he did put in a nice roll of over 700 there against the E75. Now he's looking for that T32. And DY Lovely's just got to be like, how has this happened? Can you believe it? What are the chances? I'm still on full health as well. So T32 is still staying hull down, but not anymore. Boom. And a fire. Can this game be going any better? Oh, man. The only thing that he hasn't done is ammo racked a tank on full health yet. But 2 fires, wrecking that T32. So just going to speed up the game a little bit here at the end. And his team managed to finish off the E75 before he can get round to take him out. However, with that shot and the fire on the T32, he did secure the Radley Walters, making this a great result. And let's just take a look at some post-game stats. So here we are, here's the game by DY Lovely, and he's from the North America server. This was an absolutely huge game for you, sir. Congratulations. I have not had a game anywhere near this amount of damage that you were able to do. And yep, that's right, let's order it by damage here, guys. 12,779 damage in an Object 704, meaning that he got over 2,000 base experience in a tier 9 tank. That's just simply massive. He fired 21 and he hit 21 and he penetrated 21, meaning that he was able to just completely dominate this game. The rest of his team combined did just over 10,000 damage, which means that DY Lovely did more than the rest of them combined and then 20% on top of that. I have to admit, he had some amazing RNG this game. So many shots that he even fired blind that looked like they shouldn't have gone in, still went in. It was simply an awesome game. It was a complete spectacle. It was really, really lucky for him that he was able to have basically enemies approaching from the north and then the south and then the north and the south. It was as if they were just trying to push, but they wouldn't ever push quite enough to get out of his gun arc. Thank you so much for this replay. I've never seen a game with such high damage before. Congratulations to you on this simply awesome Radley Walters medal. I will highlight that this replay didn't exactly showcase the best moving or positioning skills. DY Lovely instead showed what a very dangerous gun on the Object 704 can do if you're in the right place at the right time and you aim your shots carefully and RNG is on your side. Still, I'm not taking anything from him. This was a brilliant game, and I'm sure all of you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did, just for the sheer spectacle that it was. So guys, neither of these 2 replays won the prize. That'll be coming up in a couple of videos' time. I've got more excellent replays for you. We've got a tier 4 entry, a tier 8 entry, and a tier 6 entry to see. So stay tuned and you'll be able to see more tank destroyer action with these simply ridiculous games. So anyway, gents, if you've enjoyed this video, please consider rating it down below. I'd really appreciate it. And let me know what you think about these replays. Did you prefer the Ferdinand game or the Object 704 game? As always, thank you so much for watching. You've been epic, and hopefully I'll see you soon.